So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Y'all playing the wrong football. He's checking, he's checking, he's checking. Crash, crash. Switch, switch, switch. Check 9, check 9.
He'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. Justin Simmons up from his safety spot to make the tackle.
Justin Simmons.
Second and 5 now. Carr, he's going to loft one. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A big play there. 68 yards. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly for 6. Tavecchio good on the extra point. And the lead now stands at 13. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive? And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Throwing now is Locke. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
I think someone's going to get in the QB1 here when he gets to the sideline. Already thrown an interception. That one should have been picked. Look, let's just be honest about it. That would be the second person in his ear because he's hearing it in the huddle right now.
Not the start to the game he wanted. Like you said, the pick on the opening drive, second drive, not much better.
Let's pick it up. It's our time, guys. Our time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field. Showing it. Hey, Delta. Ready?
Throwing on third and long. Block. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. This offense converted once on fourth down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more.
Hey, Charlie. Mike Popo. I got you, son.
Here we go on fourth down with Locke. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
64.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that one's complete to Gurley.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
So second and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
Switch. General West. Hey, Haywood.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. The flag was down, so they took a shot, thinking it's on the defense. Let's see. So after the penalty, here's second and 3.
6-6, pull it high. Hey, team 6. Yo, faster.
Locke looks to throw it again. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3.
Mike 29. Hey, check. 29 is the 61. Match, hit it.
Now Locke again. He wants it all for the end zone. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. So on now is Brandon McManus. He has hit from as far away as 57, but that was in Denver. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And they're not going to get the snap off. This might back him out of field goal range. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Throwing again on second down. Carr. This will be caught. Tyrell Williams. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. Well, you got a young quarterback, maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
Protein spill. 618.
Back to the air on second down. It's Carr. Gets it to Gordon. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 35-yard line.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. 218. Top.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Hey, we're good, we're good. 185.
From the 29, Carr. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Watch it. 49, check 49.
On 3rd down, Gordon. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Hey, 734. Shoot. Hey, alert 3. Hatchet. On your team. Recon, 132 fighter. Check 24. Watch 24.
They'll run for it. It's Gordon. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Melvin Gordon, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what, for those first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever, this was a big score to start the second half.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half. Now Locke, he lost the football. It's out.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Throwing his Locke on third down. Now Locke, he lost the football. It's out. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Let's go.
At their own 15-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit with play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. The throw complete here to Williams. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one covers 29 yards. First down. Carr now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Carr, he's going to loft one deep. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A big play there. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. Picked by Trayvon Mullen, and his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on first down. Gordon loses the football. It's loose. It's picked up by the Broncos. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. So hold the phone here, Charles. I'd kind of written them off, but after that touchdown, it's certainly a long way still to go, but stranger things have happened.
Well, when you're going to have big second-half comebacks, plays like that have to be involved.
Extra point from McManus is good, and that will shave one more off this lead. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Barreling in for the sack, Shelby Harris.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and a mile. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Got a man open, it's Darren Waller. He'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. The offense is going to stay out there. They've converted twice, failed once so far on 4th down. Let's see what's in store here.
High 7.
The Raiders do snap it. It's Carr. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. On 1st and goal, Gurley. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Alpha.
They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Todd Gurley. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Broncos cut into that lead. McManus's point after is good. And that will get him 1 closer. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Corey Littleton there on the tackle.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Hey, exit. 54. Mike 54. Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home. Mike's 54. Express. Mike's 54. They can't hang with us.
Throwing on 2nd down. Carr will find his tight end. That's Waller. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. The Raiders on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Check 43. Kill. Check.
On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
The offense staying out there. They're at 50%, 2 for 4 thus far in the game. What can they do here on 4th down?
Check 45 to Mike. Double dog. That's the way.
They're going to run. This is Gordon. And he's going to have the 1st down, yardage to the 35. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. Here's Carr. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. How good has he been throwing the football, though? And despite that incompletion, that's just the 3rd time he's been off target this entire game.
And, Brandon, I've been on the other side of this equation, trying to defend a guy who's been this hot, and it chips away at your confidence. And when you're not confident when you're trying to defend, it makes you slower to the football, and it leads to more completions for them.
Carr completes it. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. The busy night continues for Gordon as he gets it here. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Again, the offense will stay out there. They've converted once on this drive. What can they do here on 4th down? Carr to throw for it on 4th down. Able to find Waller. That's complete. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and look like turtle at this point. You just go ahead and play.
A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. This is Gordon as they go to him again. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column, eluding the pressure right. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. He's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Carr, and he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now they run from the gun with Gordon. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot. 45, 45, Mike, 45. Wow, 93. 45's the Mike, 45's the Mike.
They'll go for it. It's Carr. And this is Carr. Touchdown, Raiders. Nelson Aguilar there to make the grab. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Tavecchio good on the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once we were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end, but feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. He's going to let it fly. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked by Trayvon Mullen. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
They go down to a knee, and the new campaign off to a good start. It's a win here in Week 1. And just how they envisioned the start of the season, kneeling it down, defense can't stop the clock. This one's a winner.
You know, it's really strange. I think a lot of people think that the kneel-down practice stuff really only happens like one time a week. The best teams I know, they practice it starting back in OTAs. They want them to visualize winning a game and how great that feels, and they got it done in this one.
Yep, a knee gets them to 1-0.